Welcome to the channel. You know what this is. It's a ranking video for all the generations of fairy-type Pokemon. Reading the title, you're probably wondering, like, what makes this from a gay perspective?
Move, I'm gay.
Being gay just has its perks.
Well, I'm a gay man. This is my ranking, and this is my opinion, so that's the gay perspective. The rankings, we have Wendy Williams. She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. We have the diva down, Patrick Starr. We have RuPaul's reaction to that terrible lip sync with Silky and Nina West. Meh. And then we have Deadass with some blown-out T-Rex. Know what you're thinking, Dilly, what are the criteria for the ranking? There's not really any. It's whether I like it, whether I'd want it on my team.
That's my opinion!
We don't play like that. I don't know what moves these things learn, but I do know which ones I like, and I do know which ones I would have on my team, so that's going to be the criteria. If you don't like it, let me know how angry you are in the comments.
And?
I think I have all the Pokemon in generational order. I don't really know for sure, so don't ask me any of those questions. Let's get started. First, we're gonna have Clefable. She's cute. She's the Glinda to Gengar's Elphaba. Now, this is Gen 1. She wasn't really designed with the fairy type in mind, but she was given it retroactively. But for some reason, she is the Pokemon I think of first when I think of the fairy type Pokemon. And I know that it's a pretty good tank when it comes to some of the battles, so I'll always take Clefable on my team. She is never a waste of a Moonstone, so that's Diva down.
You 100% are going to get a chain.
The next Pokemon on trial is going to be Wigglytuff. Don't get it twisted, just because a Pokemon is pink does not mean they're going to go in Diva down, but Wigglytuff is going to go into Diva down. Let me tell you something.
Wait, let me tell you something.
It's not because she's pink. It kind of deserves to be in the meh category, to be completely honest. I've never used a Wigglytuff. I have no desire to use a Wigglytuff, but I love Jigglypuff, and so Jigglypuff keeps it in Diva down. Actually, let me take that back. This is a video only about the final evolution, so I'm gonna keep out my thoughts from the first evolutions.
She doesn't even go here.
We're gonna go ahead and put her in that meh category. She just kind of falls into that like amorphous body type from Gen 1, where it's just kind of like a blob with some rabbit ears, and there's just nothing that really entertains me about it. All right, so now we have Mr. Mime. Now, I don't like this Pokemon. I don't think we should talk about this Pokemon. This Pokemon needs to quit showing up in games. Like, I just don't like it. I don't like how it looks. I don't like nothing about it. Like, it is pink, right? But it's not like a good pink. It's like a weird fleshy pink, and I don't want to see that. It's very much giving. If I was walking down the street and I saw this Pokemon walking towards me on the same sidewalk, I would cross the street. Are we dead ass? Next, we have Togekiss. Now, I know they are not a Gen 2 Pokemon, but Togepi is a Gen 2 Pokemon. In the list that I was going through, Togekiss came up in this lineup here because of their first Evo, so we're moving on to her now. Now, Togekiss to me is very much that girl. She is exactly who she thinks she is. She is an icon, a legend, and the moment. Of course, there is no other place for her except for the Wendy Williams tier. She's giving the Courtney act Angel Wings from season 6. Zoomeril is a little bit more complicated for me. I only love the shiny. I do not like it in blue. It's literally just an egg. I get it. It was the gimmick from Gen 2. Falls into that same thing with Wigglytuff, where it's just like a blob with some ears on it. I don't like that. Togekiss is kind of in that same thing where it's just kind of a blob with wings, but something about it, I just really love her. Unfortunately, Azumarill does not get that same grace, even with its cute shiny. I did love using it in Scarlet and Violet in the raids. I read somewhere on Facebook or something like that where the belly drum thing, and then I was starting to win them a lot, and I liked it. But I've never had one on my team aside from those raids, so meh. Another Pokemon that's not in favor with me is Gramble. I don't like this Pokemon. I felt bamboozled when you evolve your Snubbull and it becomes this. I like the color. The purple is kind of cute, but I don't like the weird tusks protruding out of its face. I love using a Snubbull, but I'll never evolve it. This Gramble will never be on my team. Are we dead ass right now? Now we're on to the icon herself, Gardevoir. Of course, she's going into the Wendy Williams tier. It's one of the best Pokemon for pretty much everything. We got one of my favorite megas out of all the Pokemon, her and her gown. The shiny eats the house down boots. She's been on every single one of my teams since the original Gen 3 games. These other fairy types could never. Now, onto Mawile. So she's very much giving diva. Pretty sure this is where Ariana Grande got her little ponytail, serving that double Ariana Grande fantasy with their Mega Evolution. This was also like my first introduction to the Steel type, since I didn't really play Gold or Silver a whole lot. Plus, I didn't have any friends playing Pokemon, so I couldn't trade my Onix for a Steelix. So this was really the easy access Steel type that I had. So she's diva down. What can I even say about Whimsicott? I don't fully understand the connection to Katini. I don't really like how it looks. I kind of hate that it's a Sunstone evolution, and I have only ever caught one in Sword and Shield, so I could complete my Pokédex off that bridge. I don't think there is more of a meh kind of Pokemon. Gorgeous Florges. I do kind of live for her. I love that there's so many different color options, how she has all that flowery like fluff around her head. It is kind of weird that you go from this little white thing to like this poodle, but I mean, I kind of live. I do kind of wish for like a mega evolution, but I mean, this is the most diva that a diva could do. Now this one's going to be a 2-for-1 Aromatisse and Slurpuff. Both of them like, are we dead ass?
Well, just as I thought, trash.
I don't like either design. I do kind of like the shiny coloration of Aromatisse, but that's about it. There's trade evolution gimmick thing with the weird held items. I don't like them at all. Plus, when I was using the trade codes for Aromatisse, I didn't check that the person I was trading with had the held item, and then mine didn't evolve, and I was so pissed off about it. And so naturally, I can't let that grudge go. Sylveon. So I know what you're gonna say. She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment, and you would have that correct. Arguably one of the best fairy type Pokemon and the best evolution. Just look at her. Everything about her is serving puss. The blue shiny, everything about her. She could be nothing less. Always has a front spot on my team, has been on every single team that she's been available for, and I just used her to blast through them raids in Scarlet and Violet. Dedenne, like, just look at her, very cutesy. My favorite Pika clone other than Mimikyu. So, I mean, obviously that's like a sneak peek for what's gonna happen later, but look at her. She's very cutesy, very mindful, very demure, very puss, very cute. The way she's holding her tail, look, I just love this little design here. And they smoked me in Legend ZA because I just didn't think it was gonna be much of a fight, and then it rocked my shit. But would I say they're an icon, a legend, or the moment? Not so much, but they are diva. Carbink is a little bit of a weird one for me. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's very much meh. I just wish the crystals on it gave a little bit more Diancie. Like if they were just reflective or a little hollow or a little like oil slick looking, I would just like it a little bit more. I do think it's kind of cute how its little head is just poking out. You can just see its little eyes. Like it's kind of cute. I just want a little bit more. Like those crystals on it could almost just be ice crystals like any of the other frozen Pokemon. So then we have Klefki. Bombi is pretty cute to me. I do like her little scarf. I do like the wings, and the shiny is a pretty color. I don't have one on my team. I wouldn't have one on my team. The design is pretty cute, but it's still, as far as like team member status goes, it's kind of just meh. Shinotic, I do kind of live for the design. It's giving Salad Fingers meets Roger from American Dad. One of my favorite color palettes. I would definitely have it on my team. I loved seeing it in Sword and Shield, but it's not like an icon, legend, or the moment, so it is just a diva. Comfy gets like the same treatment as Klefki. I don't like it.
I don't fucking like you.
This should have just been like a regional variant, like, oh look, the keys went to become Hawaiian Lei. Like, okay, cool. But no, they decided to make it its whole other Pokemon. Like, this is pretty much like a Wiglet Diglett situation that we're just supposed to like pretend isn't there. And that's exactly what we should do. Just forget about Comfy. It like, are we dead ass? Mimikyu, now that's a baby. It's so cute, little baby. They're an icon, they're a legend, they are the moment. I feel like most people agree, like they're just so cute. They have so much personality. They're absolutely the best Pika clone, if they're kind of considered, which I think they are, because that's the whole thing behind them, is like they want to be Pikachu so they can be everybody's favorite. And then with the Ghost and Fairy type, I believe it might be Dark and Fairy, but either way, they're amazing typing, super cute, love her. Hatterene, I'm not a huge fan. I believe that's their name. I'm not against it, but Gothitelle is definitely the better of the two when they came out. Something about like the body shape, it is kind of T, but it makes me think of like a Polly Pocket or like those little figures for the Life game. I'm just not super crazy about it. But with that Coke bottle frame, that's a diva down. She definitely has a place on my team. Grimmsnarl, that is an icon, a legend, the moment. I absolutely love like the dark goblin feel for a fairy type. And then the drastic color shift for the shinies. I just love everything about it. The first time I ever caught one, I just wasn't expecting this evolution from the little pink gremlin to this. I love it so much. Icon, legend, moment. Oh, Creamy is just so cute. Look at her. She is so dainty and demure and so cute, and all the different color options with the different berries. Love it. I'm not super crazy about the Dynamax form just being a big cake though, and so that's what's going to keep them from being an icon, the legend, the moment, but they are diva. Like, look at them with their little berries acting like accessories in the hair, all the different color options. I just love her. Darkspun is cute. I do love that we have a little wiener dog as a Pokemon, but I'm not super crazy about the whole like bun pastry aspect of the design. It is cute. I like the little Princess Leia buns on the side. I'm not like a designer or anything. I don't think I could have really done any better, but I think it could have been better. So unfortunately, they are just kind of meh for me. I'll never have one. Tinkaton is easy. Icon, legend, the moment. I love the pink Sour Patch Kid. I love the like dark thing where they're attacking all the Corviknights for their hammers. Literally on my team almost the entire playthrough through Scarlet. I was so excited to find them in Pokopia. I just really love them. This is the ranking for all the fully evolved fairy type Pokemon by my gay ass. There wasn't really like a through line. They're not really all judged equally. I definitely have some biases. So let me know how you would have ranked it different down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.